inner city emergency room in Chicago, Michael Reese Hospital. And over time, I actually saw, it became very apparent to me that children who had been in the vaccine clinic that day, getting their routine vaccinations, and this was a long time ago, I'm old. You know, we didn't have all these doses, we had 24 doses. But children would come back with febrile seizure, occasionally sudden infant death, respiratory failure, asthma, severe asthma attacks. And it became apparent to me that not all children respond well to vaccination. They're not safe for everyone all the time. But at the time, we didn't even teach that. We were told we don't vaccinate preemies. We don't vaccinate infants with neurological issues. We don't vaccinate infants who are sick. That has changed. We were told we never vaccinate women who are pregnant or thinking of becoming pregnant in the next 6 months. That has changed. So much has changed. I used to be able to write a medical exemption for children who had any kind of autoimmune issues in the family, and that has become all but impossible. You know, this is the takeover of pharma. Our legislators are clueless. They're either clueless or they're bought or both. We have to take back our legislative process. We have industry controlling our legislators. This is terrible. You know, we have industry controlling what goes on in your body. Through our legislators, we need to take back this process. And I mean it when I say they're either clueless or bought or both. Because when they're bought, they don't want to know the truth. Because they have to reconcile with their psyche and their conscience. They don't want to reckon with their conscience. They don't want to. The doctors don't want to. Most doctors do not know they are giving you misinformation. They really don't. They believe what the CDC has told them. They don't know how corrupt the CDC is to its very core. How many investigations there has been around the CDC and its level of corruptness, even with your own Kaiser Permanente. Conducting experiments on African American and Hispanic children in your own state of California without informing parents that they were conducting research and giving 10 to 500 times the dose of allowable vaccine and an experimental vaccine. This was in the 90s. This was not the 1940s. This was not Tuskegee. We have so many issues. I can't even become fully apprised of all the corruption stories, even all the stories that have been adjudicated. The CDC is in business with pharma, admittedly. They're in business with pharma. They